Computer. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Susie, and I am calling in from Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Roxanne, and I am calling in from a very early morning over here in Alberta, Canada.
And this week we're on week 4, and we are going to be talking to you about engaging in your list in the form of blogging, which is a huge thing. So as I share my screen, Rox, you can maybe just let them know what what it is that we're about to share.
This week 4 was really exciting for all of us, because I think there comes a time when we know that we actually have to branch out and do some self-identification, really start expressing our own selves, our own island, our own brand. And blogging is an amazing way to do that, because as we're going to share, this is working for you 24/7. Because I know Susie's jumping on a plane in a couple hours. This weekend, I've got lots of friends and family coming over for the weekend. And our blog is going to keep on chugging out there 24/7. Our little worker bee is on the World Wide Web out there for us, doing its work and job when we're busy sleeping, chasing kids, family, or on an airplane, and life is happening. So it's an amazing way to stay connected with everybody all around the world.
Super. Right, let's get going. So why is it that we need a blog? Rox, do you want to go for this?
Sure. I know that your blog is your prime piece of real estate. It's your home and you own it. And it's something that you get to create yourself. You really get to use the beautiful nuances and the facets of the woman and the guy that you are. And you own it 100%. You don't have to. We're going to jump into this in more detail, but it establishes your authority. When someone says, yeah, well, go check out my blog, and usually people's eyebrows raise up a few degrees when they don't think that maybe looking at you that you would have a blog. So it creates that instant credibility, that instant sense of authority, and it's your universe where you get to invite more people to get to know you and your advice, give you more information. They know that they get to know and like and trust you on a deeper level, because like I said, there's many facets of you, and there's many facets that you can have within that blog. And also, of course, your blog has that ability to generate leads, right? Because there's going to be ways that they can engage upon you and have that deeper connection. So it's a perfect little entryway, an additional entryway to you. And as you know, as we've shared before, people need multiple layers of exposure to you before they're going to make a buying or joining decision, or to take advantage of your service or your product. So a blog is just one additional way that you are showing yourself, showcasing yourself, in fact, even more so to the audience and the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a quick tip on that one as well. A blog is forever. So you can have people reading your very first blog in the next 10 years. And you can have people that are going to, reconnect with you with regards to that particular blog that will resonate with that particular person. So it is a long-term strategy, which is really important. Okay, so moving on. So why engage your list and in blogging? So your blogging post, may address many issues, including their problems, their challenges, their struggles. It might answer their questions, which is what we hope will do. Because at the end of the day, we are here to provide solutions to issues, and we are here to help with the things that we have found that have been our problems and challenges. And the thing is if they like what you write, they will come back and seek advice. And going back to our very first presentation, we did tap into the very fact that we are all unique, and you will get people who will come back because they will resonate with exactly who you are and what you're about and what your ethics and your ethos is. So people will definitely come back. you eventually then become the go-to person. And I'm seeing that more and more myself. You start becoming the authority in your niche. And that's very important, because then people will know, like, and trust you, like Roxy said. And you build your status and authority in this way. It is the perfect way to get your word out. It is the perfect way to have it, like I said a bit earlier, to be able to actually just have it running all the time consistently, even when you're on holiday. I know that it's running in the background all the time. People can access that every single second of the day. So anything to add to that, Rox?
I think it's coming up, but it also, on another slide, it's also, like you said, it creates that that legacy that one day, you're going to have your grandbabies, or, your nieces or nephews, or your grandma can go and read your blog. So it's a great way to stay connected, because you're not just going to be talking about business, you're going to be talking about life from your perspective. So that is meaningful.
Yeah,
I think that's really, really powerful.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right.
Blogging, 3 starter steps. Okay. So remembering, we have to be very clear about ourselves, about our beliefs and our values and our inner thoughts and beliefs in a very deep level, because that's going to also reflect on who we are trying to attract. Okay. We have to be super clear about who you're going to attract, and become very strategic with who you're wanting, so you can have that market that is reaching you. It's kind of like a big fishing net. If you're throwing out a really big fishing net out there in the ocean, and the holes are really, really big, a lot of fish are going to go through. It's better to have a very smaller, focused net and be very specific within your target market, so you know that you're going to be connecting with those people. And I know that often we make very specific posts on Facebook, and we'll say, someone will get back to me, it's like, oh my gosh, Roxanne, were you in my mind? Were you, like, you knew exactly what I was thinking? And that's the feeling, that's the connection that you want. You want your message to be very, your target to be very narrow, so you know who you are trying to connect with. So you're thinking about that in your head. What kind of struggles and pains and questions do they have? Once you've done some homework, and you know who your target audience is, kind of what is going on in their life potentially, then you can start being proactive and get into their head and start thinking about what their problems are, their wants, their hopes or dreams, what's keeping them up at night thinking, and then start writing, or you can use images, or you can use videos. And that's what I love about the blog, is because you can use your favorite media. As we know, people learn from different ways. They read, they see, they want to be able to click on stuff, they want to be able to look at images. Different people have different personality facets. So by a blog, we can intermingle those connection points of how they're going to learn, along with getting deep into their struggles, their pains, their problems. What questions, you think about what problems did you have, and then start writing about that. How did you solve them? Okay. So by doing that, we can help educate them, and we can lead them, and we can help them. Okay. And that is duplicatable, right? Because what you are doing is very duplicatable, and you can help them, because we can go into solving mode and encourage everyone else to go into solving mode along with you. And it creates that ripple effect. So when you're creating those content questions that are going to respond to their concerns and their struggles and their questions, you're going to want to create content around that is inspiring and encouraging and enlightening, so you can help them forward. And same thing, like Susie said, you're going to be that go-to person. You're going to go back to them, or they're going to go back to you, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So blogging examples, the post examples, there's so much content that we can be speaking, writing about and speaking about. And, just a few is, we can do 10 steps to get more leads, or we can absolutely just pick a strategy and actually go with, just a 10-step pointer. The 3 steps to growing your business online. These are just very simple examples. 8 things that you must do to lose 10 pounds if you're in the weight loss business. You know, people want to hear about weight loss issues. They don't just want to hear about you know, three secrets to grow your business online. What it should be more specific. So, you know, it should be 3 secrets to growing your business online in the network marketing industry, or in the health and wellness industry, or, you know, whatever it is. So that's a good one as well. How to become the go-to person in your niche. You know, you should just ask us about that, because that's what we are right now. Or how to inspire your team to keep going. You know, a lot of people get despondent, and you know, a lot of people actually just need that motivation. So that's a really big one. It's, you know, what these blog posts are really there to motivate, to enlighten, to teach, and to actually just keep people in the business, because at the end of the day, it's me, but it's also you. And you know, that is very, very important. And we only survive because you survive, and so that's what we want to help you do. How to find your target market, where to find your target market. It's another great example. You know, there's so many different examples of what we can actually speak about. You know, we are absolutely blessed to have this fantastic portal that we don't even need to go and look for content. We can actually just, you know, just open the website, and it's there, whatever it is that is the topic of the day, which is really fantastic. So anything else to add to that, Rox?
Just, I really like how, Susie, that you diversified on that, because I was thinking the same thing. Just remembering that as business owners, you are growing yourself into that leadership position, that go-to person. So if you're in health and wellness, or you're in mascara, or you're in skincare, ultimately you are still an entrepreneur first. So you need to understand and learn the skills and use the tools and systems that are online, so you can grow your business. So not only are you, you know, selling mascara, ultimately you're selling it through yourself first, and people join people that are leaders. So make sure that you're also investing some time into learning skills that you can teach other people how to grow their business as an entrepreneur, not just as a woman who is trying to market makeup or weight loss products or stuff like that. So there's always 2 facets to you as a business owner, and the blog provides that ability to do that.
Right, absolutely. So next up, engaging your list, creating content. So as we've just been speaking, you know, creating content, it's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere, and it's all around us. And, you know, we just need to be able to open. And the one thing I learned from, I joined a fantastic group, and one thing that I've just learned recently is to become elastic. So like what Roxy's just said, you know, if it is a specific that they're talking about, and they're talking about biodegradable dog food, and it doesn't quite fit your mascara business, make it elastic and actually just think of it and how you can apply it to your business, because you can apply absolutely everything to your own specific business. So that's very important. Be elastic with this. So creating content is how you become valuable to others. And this is where you actually become the go-to person, and this is where people will come to you to find out what to create, how to create content, or what to speak about that day. I mean, I absolutely don't even have to think about or prepare on what I'm, you know, what I'm going to be talking about that day, because it's just there. It is there, and you just need to be able to be observant and look at it. You can share your content to the marketplace and stand out. You can share, and again, what I've just said, your content will stay on the internet for years and years and years. So, you know, hopefully our kids and our grandkids will be able to see it, and, you know, they can, you know, be proud and honored to, you know, have somebody in their niche or somebody in their family that has become a particular leader in that specific niche. I mean, it's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. The more you create, the easier you will find it. So, you know, when I started, I had no idea about where to find content. I couldn't see it anywhere. And, you know, it's really just because I've been consistent, and it's really because I've been observant, and it's really because I've invested in myself, that I now know where I can find it. And this is why we're so proud to have given you this boot camp, because you know, even in the boot camp, you can be talking about things that we are teaching you. So it does become much easier to find. When you start creating your own content, you gain so much more self-confidence, and you stop looking at other people's content more, and you are just very self-aware that you are providing the value that will resonate with people, because it's resonating with you, otherwise you wouldn't be saying it. So you know, if it's applying to yourself, then it's applying to others as well, which is a really big thing. You become the teacher, the mentor, the coach, and that's, you know, that is really what it's all about. Ray Higdon says, you know, invest, learn, teach. So that's exactly it. And somebody, one of our other leaders, I think it was Erin Birch, said, you know, the most fantastic thing about being the teacher and the mentor and the coach is that you learn the most.
Yes.
You know, and that is huge, because we learn from you also. So that's absolutely huge. Wouldn't you say, Rox?
I so much agree, especially because to learn and not to do is not to learn. And then, you know, to know something and not do it is not to know it. That was Stephen Covey's quote. And going back to the content, I remember when I first started doing live videos, I didn't know what to talk about, but I know that I had the ability to inspire women. So I just started talking about my crazy childhood. I started talking about something that was my story. No one can doubt and tear apart and minimalize your story or your life lessons as a child or a young woman or in college or as a mom. No one can change that. So start with something that you're confident within yourself, and then learn something, do it, teach it. Even the second part I did when it comes to content is, oh, we're getting right there, what to post and share. I'm probably ahead of myself. But okay, we'll go into the next bullet. We'll start this one. Okay, so what are we going to post and sharing? Okay, so remembering that our blog posts, it is our hub, truly, among our newsletter, and it's the only thing that we own and control. And there's many of us that blog, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. I know Ray Higdon, he blogs 5 times or 7 times a week. You know, some of us only blog 1 time a week, but we make it amazing. You find something that fits you and your life and your schedule, and make it work for you. There's no cookie cutter. So you do have some flexibility around your life and your kids and your obligations to make it yours. Of course, when it comes to our infographics, I think those are a lot of fun because they're swift and they're easy and they're catchy. So you can make your own picture within Canva when you're making your little cover photo. So then you can share it out there to your friends' pages when you're using on a Google and Bing. You know, usually every blog post, but mine at the beginning didn't, they had a video, because those are hugely engaging and they're way more effective than just written text. You know, because ultimately you can speak a lot faster than a person can read, okay? Because the average person speaks anywhere from 100 to 200 words a minute. That's a lot of information, and the eye can't follow that quickly. So, you know, I know that I do live videos every day, and we do mini training sessions several times a week and using Zoom, and then we can share them to you. So if you have the ability on your live video, you can cut and crop a lot of stuff out, and you can take a 12 or 14-minute video and make it a lot shorter, which is impactful for your video. So repurpose them. Lifestyle pictures is awesome. We're constantly, you know, putting it out there of what's going on within your world. It could be golfing and hiking. You're up in the mountains, in the backyard, family fun, you name it. That's what we should be posting and sharing when we're wanting to get more engagement, along with funny stuff. You know, and you can use these on your fan page. You can use these within other social media sites, not just Facebook. But remember that everyone has to find something that is funny, you know, within your day. And remembering that your audience on Facebook isn't just people that might want to join you take advantage of your product or service, you also have your grandmas, your kids, your cousins, your nieces, and family in there. So have something interspersed throughout your day that they can engage upon. And that is really, really super important, that you're making you relatable to new people and your family and people that have been, a stark raving fan of you for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, carrying on with that, because there's so much that we can post and share. Again, after what Rox has just said, fun stuff, personal pictures and things like that. Inspirational quotes also are a huge thing, because they empower, they uplift, they motivate, and they can make you think, and really absolutely, it plants a seed in people's in people's minds. We have different specific days on our Facebook group. Today is Thankful Thursday, and to be thankful is an inspiration. To be to tell people what you're thankful for is a real inspiring thing to be able to tell people, and that's, I think that's big. Give people tips. Everybody loves tips and ideas, and who doesn't love a freebie? Mm-hmm. and it does help to shorten the learning curve, and it's really people get a lot out of it, and people do remember what you're giving, because you are giving value, and you're giving value without any stipulations or any expectations, and that's what's really good. Do this a lot, because the thing is people will follow you if you do give value. Make it graphic, create a short post or a video, share what works for you and your team. That's what we do on Front Row Academy. It's always inspiring to hear what other people are doing, because that gives us the clues and the tips and the ideas to do what they're doing as well. What's working for them. So that's a good one. Polls are a really, really, really effective way to see, to see and to observe other people's opinions. We all have different opinions, and we all have different views, and we all have, different ideas. And it really does, a poll is a really great idea to be able to show people, or to be able to showcase exactly what resonates with them. So give them a chance to voice it. Do you like vanilla or chocolate ice cream? Do you like being outside or indoors? Do you like scuba diving or kite surfing? What's the best advice that your mentor or coach ever told you? It has to be, it's something that, has to be engaging and fun, because then you will remember it. And these polls are really important, because that gives us ideas of what to be sharing, what you guys want to learn about as well. So I think that's quite a big one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and definitely, that's so true.
A couple more rocks.
Definitely. Okay, so 9 is free resources. Being able to offer up and invite people to free trainings, webinars, and hangouts. Of course, within Susie and I's community, and Mooney too. Mooney's doing a whole bunch of homework, by the way, right now. Just so you know where our beautiful brunette woman is. She is working in the background on fixing and adding some additional value to our course and to some of the training sites that we have. She is an amazing technical woman, and we love her to bits and pieces. So we said, we'll do this, you do that, and that's multitasking. That is, working as a team. So back to free resources, making sure that like I said, we're lucky within this amazing community that we have a lot of free trainings, webinars, and hangouts. So if you are ever hungry for information and you're not already attending, our Tuesday afternoon hangouts or our Wednesday evenings, let us know. We can make sure we get you an invitation there. It's really easy to attend, and it's something new and fresh and current every week. Okay. It isn't the same old, because everybody is seeking to learn new, fresh ideas, so we can empower ourselves. So we can not only empower ourselves, so then we can inspire and enlighten our team and our clients. Okay. So give away free things whenever possible, and even share out, other people's training, saying like, hey, I'm attending this. This is awesome. Come join me. So number 10 is questions, asking them for a response, for input, for feedback or ideas. I mean, like I said, every man and his dog has an opinion, so ask for it. You know, are these the right shoes for this dress? Or I'm going on this trip, you know, what airline should I take? You know, are you prefer a sunshine holiday destination? I can't decide between, you know, Cuba or Mexico, or, you know, wherever you're going. So ask questions so your audience actually feels that they're part of your life and they actually have a say. And that makes them excited. They feel part of something larger. And most people want to be part of something larger within their community, and something that they can really get involved in. So making sure that you're also taking some time to reflect every week, and I don't know if we wrote this one down, but reflect every week, take a moment, a pocket of time, find out what got great engagement, find out what really everyone was like commenting and liking and emojiing on, and that's what you want to do a little bit more of next week. Like, not your whole timeline, but definitely listen to your audience, you know, listen to your friends and your family and give them more of what they want and your edge rank. And you're going to get seen by more people consistently. So when you want to share out something that is more curiosity posts or something to do with your product, business, or service, that's going to get seen. Okay. Back to you, Susie.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, tips and suggestions for you guys. I mean, here's a few examples of, you know, some tips and suggestions. So having a variety of content enables us and encourages everyone in to partake in an opportunity, and it's you know, it's a huge thing because, you know, it really does engage, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to engage. Do a bit of thinking and dwelling upon your target market, and make that the focus area for your post. So, like I said before, you know, be congruent with what you are posting. Always remember to keep it positive. It's very important for that. You know, there was, again, with this new sort of group that I'm in, there were 3 words, and I have to tap into this because there are 3 words that you must never, ever, ever use. One is disappointed, one is frustrated, and one is overwhelmed. So, you know, because that is a negative connotation. So what we want to do is we want to always keep it uplifted, empowered, positive, you know, because that's what people love. You know, people love being positive. So, you know, that's just a make sure that your content is uplifting and positive.
Well, you're so right, Susie, because you know why? It's because you need to be the light. You need to be the light, because right now your audience might be feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, disappointed, or upset, or the world is crashing. So you need to become that light and that go-to person, so they will go to you. People will naturally go to happy, positive people, unless they're in a really bad funk, and that's a whole nother story. So you need to keep it positive, so people will go to you every day and reach out to you every day, because they know that you can be counted on to be the sunshine. So that's so big. Perfect, Susie.
Huge, isn't it? Anyway, so moving on. Also be attentive. You know, these posting these things on blogs and things like that is very, very important to also be just quite attentive to our time zones. You know, for example, Roxy is in Canada, Mooney is in Denmark, and I'm in Kenya. So, you know, my posts go out very early in the morning and very late at night. The reason for that is because I'm trying to hit the US market. So we have to be attentive to the time zones. You know, keeping our posts in news feeds at times, you know, at prime times, it's really, really important, because we are so many people that are trying to get content out, that if you do it in the low times, if you do it when everybody's hard at work, and don't see it, well, there's no point in doing it, really. So, you know, try and post 3 to 5 times a day. Ensure you space out your posts, so you know, you're not competing with yourself, because the thing is also, you know, just, you know, make it you know, just do 10, you know, 10 3 times a day, or 5 times a day, or whatever it is. So you are becoming more consistent. Again, you know, people have said to me that they're seeing more and more of me all over the place, and I know I see Roxy all over the place, and I know that I see Mooney all over the place. The reason for that is because we do exactly that. We are posting but we are posting all the time. We're not just posting once a day, we're posting all the time. So that's a really big one too. Did you, Rox?
Yes, this was, I remember at the beginning when I was struggling to find content because I didn't, it's kind of like looking for a shiny rock on the beach and then remembering that all of them are shiny, you know? So when you're scrambling to find content at the beginning, you just have to remember to go back to the basics. So we wanted to share these out because no matter what niche you're in, whatever your business is, whether I said it's health and wellness, skincare, makeup, whatever it is, you're going to be able to find the content. And the best way to cover every niche is books and magazines right there at the tills in your grocery store or your local market. Okay. Because those copywriters, those companies are paying big money to have the perfect front copy, to have the perfect articles out there to catch our attention due to the time of the season of the year. And they're built to suit any niche. So that's an amazing way to get inspired. Don't feel inspired? Go to the store when you pick up your vegetables and your groceries, grab a magazine within your niche, go home. Don't cut and copy exactly, but be inspired by it and put your own twist on it. Because this is, I mean, no one's appreciative of someone cutting and copying your content and pasting it on your page and calling it your work. This is, you know, like, we can't do that. That's grade 9 stuff. You got in trouble then, you're going to get in trouble now. So remembering, of course, other great ways to find content are events. There's amazing information out there. You've gone, it can be taken in. It can be a local event. It could be a women's empowerment event in your local town. You could be on an airplane. You could be on the other side of the world, like Susie's going to be in August, you know, coming over to here to North America. Events are amazing in ways to take in information. Trainings, of course, when you chat with your mentor or your coach, reflect on that conversation. Did you learn something? If so, share it forward, because there's someone out there that needs to learn that too. And I do the same thing daily. If I'll have a conversation with sometimes of a coaching client and they're going through a specific struggle, I'll actually talk about that in my next live video, because someone else is going through that same struggle. So I can help not just that one person that day. I might be able to help 50 or 100 people that day by sharing that message forward. So if you learn it, you teach it, share it out there in some form of content.
Yeah, I mean, we try and learn something new every single day, still now. You know, we're consistently trying to give you new information. We're consistently trying to learn. I know for me, I absolutely, one of my favorite things to do is learn something new. And, you know, I strive to do that every single day. More places to find content. You know, it's webinars just like this one. Somewhere in the world, there is a webinar going on for us ladies in home-based businesses and network marketing. And, you know, you can find them, you know, or you can do them. And that's a great way of you know, sort of providing your talent. There's no excuses with how many of them, you know, are because many of them are replayed. And many of them are on an automation. So, you know, I personally can count 4 a week and my fingertips. You know, I'm constantly watching webinars, because even if you take away one nugget, that one nugget will be so valuable. If it's valuable to me, it's valuable to somebody else. And you know, and it's really, really important. We have a duty to share this stuff with you, because you know, that's why we're here. Podcasts. Now podcasts. I had no idea what a podcast was before I joined our fantastic, you know, our fantastic niche. But podcasts I listen to every single morning, and I learned that's an amazing way to find content. You know, there's so many different podcasts that you can listen to. Usually, the ones that I usually listen to are 15 minutes. Anybody can deal with 15 minutes. You can do it on your way to work. You can do it on your coffee break. You can do it whenever. So you know, podcasts are a fantastic way. They're very quick. They're very easy. It's listening. You're not, you know, it's a great way. You know, so one of our daily motivational mindsets presented by Jensen ladies that are 5, 6, and 7 figure earners. You know, and this is what's so great about this, is because they are giving so much value, and we are giving, you know, we are learning that, and we're giving that to you as well. So you know, it's open to the public, and anybody can listen. You know, I do a lot. Ray Higdon's got them. I've got you know, I've got Tony Robbins that I listen to, Eric Worre. There are so many different podcasts that you can absolutely listen to, depending on what, you know, what you want to listen to. And you can do it in your, when you're, so multitasking women, fantastic multitasking women like we can do it when we're doing the laundry. We can do it when we're washing, you know, when we're washing up. We can do it whenever. So that's a really great way. You know, scrubbing the floors, anything.
I think I wrote that one, but it's true, because it's like, we are busy women, you know, we are busy, and we have to be also very focused, and multi, you know, you can be folding. I do this all the time. It's like, when I do laundry, I'll put on a podcast really loud, and I can be folding my laundry and doing stuff at the same time, because I can get inspired and educated, you know, and I feel like I'm being purposeful, you know, because this is something I have to do anyway. I want to be able to pour something good into me at the same time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right.
Okay, so past notes. This one was a really big one, because at the beginning of almost everyone's business, whether you go back to your very first business, or maybe you're on your second, third, whatever it is, you are going to be having notes that you have taken over the years that you might not have utilized. And I remember a friend and mentor said, you know, we have notes that if we're not utilizing them or sharing them out, it's basically uncashed checks. So make sure that, you know, if you're feeling inspired, I know I've actually got like a handful of notebooks that are right full of notes that I've taken from webinars and courses and events. Review them once in a while, because as you have grown and your experiences have changed, you're going to be able to reflect to those notes and actually take more information from them. So, you know, then you can share them out to your team and your coaches, your clients. You know, so your old notebooks are kind of really gems in the rough. So get in there, read them, and recash them out. So company trainings. Honestly, if you have not gone through with a fine-tooth comb all of your back-end company trainings, maybe chat it with your mentor or your coach or your sponsor, and had them give you any recommended books or trainings you haven't read yet. Definitely go back and do that too, because that's easy content right there waiting for you, because this has super value. And your knowledge baseline has to start from somewhere. So if you're feeling like you don't have any value to give, you don't have anything to train or share, it means because you're either got too much information and you don't know what to start with, or you don't have enough within you even to build that base. So having that strong foundation is definitely a key to having an even stronger future.
Absolutely. Right. Well, we've got some cooking ingredients for you now to making great content. So, number one, create original content. Like Roxy tapped into a bit earlier. You know, it's always best to have your original content. People will read it and it will engage them. If you're creating something that's been copied, then that's absolute no, and we don't recommend that at all. Create stuff that's original, create stuff that's new and vibrant and sassy, so that it really does hook people in. Point number two, to create really strong headlines. So this is a big one, because I think it's 80%. Yeah, so a good headline sparks interest and invites readers in. 80% of people who read the headline, only 20% of those 80 that actually read the headline will go into the content, which is a huge statistic, actually. So we've got to really, you know, really have a strong headline.
I think that's why a lot of people will buy a book, but they don't read it. So the headline will catch them, but then they don't finish reading the content. So
absolutely,
it helps.
Yeah. Ingredient number three: make your content actionable. So, you know, the best content gives users a sense of how to apply the information. It's, you know, it's people have so little time in the world right now that, you know, it's very difficult to actually not have the information there for your client, so that it gives them the go-to of what to do, what not to do, and how to start. When you write your blog, give users tricks and tips on what you're offering them. Excuse me. You know, because you need to make it actionable. You need to make it so that people actually know what they're going to be doing. Point number 4 is be able to provide answers. So if people say, where did you get that statistic from? Be able to revert back to that, because you know, people might not believe it. People might think that you're making it up. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's on the internet right now that is absolute rubbish. So we have to try and be as transparent as we can be. And the more transparent that we are, the more people will know, like, and trust us, and the more that they will join us.
Yeah.
So that's a really a key thing. You know, it's very easy to scan with juicy, important bits that will provide value. So that's that's a big one. Excuse me. Point number 5 is be accurate in your reporting and sourcing of information. So that's a little bit consistent with point number 4. You know, providing inaccurate information can be extremely harmful, and it can be harmful to your brand, and it can be harmful to your primary business. There's a lot of compliance issues, and you know, we have to really be careful as to, you know, the promises that we're making, because you know, sometimes it can be absolutely wrong, and you know, you do a lot of damage. Correct information to begin with will create the trust, like I've just said. Excuse-moi.
That's okay. I'll do the next slide. I ran away and got some water, so you can too. Okay. So tip number 6, when it comes to making really super content, is create something that is engaging for your audience. Having engaging content is going to be able to really hook that attention of your audience. So having an important introduction, that you're having your readers and listeners with questions, so you're telling that compelling story that's going to create what you're going to need to be able to leverage people to read your content. So you can leverage yourself by creating something that's really engaging in a way. And like I said, it can be different ways, right? Different people are different learners and different personality types. And that's why it's important, as a marketer, as a woman and a guy in business, that we understand that everyone learns a little bit differently. So we have to create engaging content upon many different levels. So adding images and video, because like I said, some people learn differently. So you can be more relatable on different, like I said, different facets of you are going to be able to stand out and shine online when you're creating engaging content in different methods. So, and writing short and pointed content. Some people have the time to sit down and read a long story post, but some people create the really short bullets where they can just have something with big impact. It's no fluff. It gets to the point very precisely and quickly. Same thing. That's a different learning style, different personality, A-type and all those other ones. But so you can have different facets being shown, and making sure that you're continually updating your blog. And I know that everyone has, a bad week or a bad month and all of a sudden life is happening, but at least try to be blogging on a somewhat consistent basis to keep your fans happy, right? If you're not showing up for them, they're going to go elsewhere. So they're going to find someone else that they can connect with that is going to be consistent, within whatever form you're working on, whether it's social media, whether it's your blog, whether it's your email. We need to be consistent, okay?
Great. Right, so easy content creation strategy. So really we need to ask ourselves, who is our target? Who am I making content for? And what do they need? What their pains are, what their struggles are, what their questions are. So what we were speaking to you about before with regards to things like polls, this will give you a good clue as to, you know, what people need, what their pains are, what their struggles are, what their questions are. So that's why it really does mesh together. So who is my target market is a big one. What kind of content will catch their attention? What we're trying to do is we're trying to create the curiosity that will entice them into looking further into what we're talking about. Hence, great headlines and great, visuals or whatever it is to actually catch their attention. There's so much content online that we have to make it different. We have to make it, our own. We have to make it unique. What is it that I can produce that's different to everybody else? You know, these are the sort of questions that we need to be asking. And then, easy content creation strategy, just start producing. Because at the end of the day, if you're not producing, you're not starting.
It's true. It's true. Okay. So yeah, great examples of content that I know that we can do. And just remember that sometimes, even with all of these that are going to be shared out in front of you, is knowing that you can add light to another person. So say if I'm really crazy busy, I can actually share something of Susie's that is of value to my page, because that edifies Susie. And it shows that I am that I'm a keen learner, and I'm okay with adding light to Susie. Edification is a great way to leverage when you're short on time. I don't know if we shared this later, but so examples of content are blog posts, posting on your Facebook, and regular updates, memes and quotes, posting a link with free training to a system campaign, doing a Facebook Live or a video, and sharing someone else's content.
Yeah.
Because sometimes life is going to get crazy. And I'm not sure, is there more examples of content?
No.
Okay, so the one that's not listed, that actually, if you've been doing this now long enough, like Susie and I have, we can actually go to our Facebook memories, a real quick cheat sheet. You can go to Facebook memories in a hurry and share out something you did last year on this day. Change out the image, maybe update it, freshen it, make it new and current with the times. But you can use last year's Facebook memories as another cheat when you're short on time when it comes to creating content.
Yeah, that's a great one, actually, Rox. Well done. Good one. So also,
but you have to remember sorry, Suze, but remember that your work that you've done has gotten to you where you are. So don't use Facebook memories as a crutch, because it got you to where you were last year. It's not going to get you much further this year if you keep on doing it regularly, but it's
a good stand-in. Right, so watching videos and reading documents, always a good thing. Video, how to set up your these are the videos that you must watch, actually. So we've got in the back office how to set up your blog in WordPress. So that's a really good one to watch if you're having problems with not knowing where to go or what to do. The second one is how to make a blog post. And again, from an idea and posting it to social media. So there's a video in the back office for that as well. And then there's a PDF document, which is blog setup checklist, which will give you the actual checklist as to what you need to do to actually set up your very own blog. Highly suggest it, because it really will be the long-term foundation to the success of your business.
Yeah.
So one last slide here. We've got homework for you. Rox, do you want to take this?
Sure. The homework, when you've gone through the videos, is just to set up a very simple blog. So it's going to be your very first blog post. And when you're following through all the how-tos, it's very easy. What I do is actually I had one part on Internet Explorer, and then I had it opened up in another tab on Chrome. So I could listen and watch the video and then do on the Chrome. So, and that is a big hint for me, because I'm a hands-on learner. So I need to see and then do. So this worked out really well. When you're making your very first blog post, it's usually, just welcome to my world. And there's all kinds of, you need inspiration, either reach out to us, or go to Google and use YouTube and say, what should my first blog post say? And you're going to be totally inspired with all kinds of amazing ideas. And then, of course, share it out there. Tell the world that you have your own beautiful island, your own go-to place where people can come to get to know you and the goodness that you're going to be sharing out there, you know, every week. Yeah. So your other homework is sharing inspirational and motivational posts on your social media account, and that's 1 per day. So try to find something, like for me, I do that every morning. That's my good morning affirmations. I do that every day consistently. It's a great way to start my day personally, and I know it can make a positive ripple, that positive ripple throughout my world and my friends and my family, to help create that within their day too. So, and that will help add more goodness to your day. And people will, same thing, will become that go-to person that you're consistent with what you're doing.
So that's it, guys. We hope that that's given you a good direction as to why blogs are so important. And you know, we do hope that we will see your homework at some stage. And do, you know, as Rox said, do reach out if you've got any questions or any queries. But that's why we're here. We're here to help. So thanks for joining us. And from me, I will see you on the next one. And from Rox,
guys, take care. I'll see you on the sunny side of life.
bye.
And we're still recording.
Yep.